Hello, I'm a BX and welcome back to Seed Sunday. Seed Sunday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I show you seeds Minecraft console edition, which are particularly interesting and worth checking out somewhere. And this week's seed is one I really think goes into the particularly interesting category because it basically, kind of blows your expectations as to what a seed / a biome should offer. So yeah, sometimes when you want a Minecraft seed, you want one which gives you a whole bunch of loot to start off with. Sometimes you want a seed which is just meldable and you can turn into your own paradise because it's got like a big flat land on top of. Sometimes you want stuff like that, but sometimes you just want a seed which is just really wacky and out there. And if that's the case, then this one has really got you covered because it has 5 separate occasions where biomes kind of overlap with each other. And the most interesting one of these is where a mushroom biome, which is already pretty rare by itself on console, overlaps with a desert temple. It's really cool stuff, and I'll be showing you that and a whole bunch more in today's video. Hopefully you'll do enjoy it. Like to if you do, because it helps out the channel a lot, and let us know you do like Seed Sunday. But with that said, let's get straight into the seed, which is going to be on screen right now, -635, etc. And it came in from Jordan Botello on Twitter, and he sent it in when I was in Vancouver, and I was like, there's no way that's real, but just in case, I'll go ahead and check it out, and it is in fact real. We've now confirmed twice, which is pretty cool stuff. So yeah, with that said, if you do type in that seed that was just on screen, you'll spawn over here, presumably on top of one of the trees. I did personally, which is why I parked with a beacon, but you might also spawn just somewhere in this vague area. You'll probably want to chop down some of these trees, get some food, and then head immediately to your west though, because on top of all the cool, like seed, kind of glitch biome combination stuff, there is also, just to the east of the spawn, the rarest type of village you can currently find in Minecraft console, a tiger village, which is really nice if you ask me. The fact that you just get one of these rare villages, kind of like a little freebie, just next to spawn, and as you can see, it's only 2 houses, but it's still meldable into your own little dream. So if you want to take it and build it into a giant apartment, you can do that. If you want to destroy it and just have some spruce, you can do that too. Or maybe you just want their crafting table and their books. Whatever you want to do, you've got this on your way to wherever you go next, because like I said, there's a lot of cool biome clashes, and the first one is found on the very south of the map between a swamp and I guess you call this like an ice plains biome, or just a cold biome, because as you can see, there is a swamp which is entirely inside the ice place, which means you get this very bizarrely coloured swamp tree, which you just don't usually expect. And also, if you look around there, besides this one lily pad, all of the rest of the lily pads in this entire swamp biome, covering the entire bottom of the map, are also, you can see there's a cyan flower which shouldn't be there, like inside that thing. It's pretty cool. But yeah, if you look on top, all of this ice is covered in lily pads, which is a pretty cool little thing that you might not know you could do actually, but you can in fact. So let's grab some lily pads. You can in fact place lily pads on the ice yourself, but also you can just find it naturally like this, which I think is pretty, I think it's pretty interesting to just run across this, like on top of your, your weird little thing in the thing. You can also find yourself some lily pads naturally generating on the ice, which is nice if you want to make a lily pad bridge or something like that, because I think lily pad is an underrated building block. But yeah, with that said, that is the first of the, the first of the cool little biome clashes. The second one is, slightly less interesting, but still kind of bizarre, because the roof forest goes right into the extreme hills / the cold, the colder biomes where it actually snows, and you can see that all of these roof forests are just found directly, this entire tree is entirely within the extreme hills, which is bizarre. Usually it doesn't go that far, and it's just one of the interesting things. But the third thing I think is just going to top all of that for everyone, because it is a mushroom biome, and as you can see, Mushroom Island entirely, like it's entirely separated from the land, but apparently one of the beaches counts as a desert biome, and because, desert temples seem to be based on one of the corners, or at least they can be based with any part of the, desert thing, even though this is the very edge of the mushroom biome, it looks like we have a desert temple here regardless, which is so ridiculous to look at. Like, what exactly is going on here? And yeah, I think this thing is pretty crazy, because if you look at it, it just doesn't make any sense, because it goes so far out from the island. It's not something you ever expect to see here, and it's just so surreal and cool that if I, again, if I wasn't here right now, I'd believe someone would have made this up. But it is in fact real. This is in fact a desert, and somehow, in the rarest of circumstances, the seed led to a desert temple on a mushroom island, which is pretty nice. And because the loot isn't randomized, at least not on the platform, if you are on the Xbox One, you'll be able to find yourself some enchanted books. You'll be able to find some gold, another enchanted book with depth stride in that case, another enchanted book, some golden apples, and also another golden apple. So yeah, pretty cool stuff if you ask me, for a mushroom biome, because bear in mind, this means no mobs can spawn there, which is a really nice benefit to have with your desert temple, and this is just a really fun little thing to find in the very center, or not the very center, but close to the center of your Minecraft, console world. So yeah, I like this thing quite a bit, and it's just, again, one of the weird little clashes you find, and yeah, I look at it every time and I'm like, I'm not sure what's going on there, but I like it. So yeah, as well as that, like I said, there's more clashes of biomes. The next one is found just over here. It's a swamp with a desert biome this time. Apparently swamps are just particularly glitchy when it comes to TU-47, because as you can see, swamp right into the desert, entirely yellowy thing. A kind of bizarre stuff, and also the lily pads are here. Bizarre, cool, but a good source of lily pad opportunity, I guess. And then finally, if we head even further to the north, the fifth one is, as you can see, there's the weird overlap again off the roof forest into the savanna biome, so we get some entirely yellow roof forest this time, which, yeah, it seems like, I guess, those two biomes are just more susceptible. You know, those things happen somewhat frequently, like maybe once a seed, but in this case, it happened 4 times in one seed, and in addition to that, you know, those minor overlaps, which are cool to look at once and go, ooh, that's bizarre, we also have this thing found right over here. So yeah, they're the main features in the seed, they're the things you want to check out, so you might want to go do that now, but just in case you're curious about the rest of the seed, I figure I should go over it, because you know, it's a relatively nice seed, that at least for me, maybe go, that's a nice place I'd like to settle down, because as you can see, up here we've got ourselves a giant, you know, like kind of foresty area, but we also then have an extreme hills, which is flatter than most you'll find, like, you know, again, like, an extreme hills is never going to be flat, like a plains biome is, like, look at the flat area you find there, so this is like the perfect flatland if you want to settle down, by the way. But yeah, if you want to find a flat area that's built up, which is something that's especially hard to find, you know, after the updates where they remove the top stuff, then I think this place right here is really great because, again, you can flatten these areas and have like a great place for a single house, or you can flatten the entire mountain without too much work. Like, again, you've got to bear in mind it's a little bit of work, but it's nowhere near as much as most places, and you can have a, you know, like you have a house or have like a giant mansion that's built like 18, 90 blocks into the sky, which is something you can't necessarily normally do. So yeah, that's just a small little thing that I would recommend. We've also got this over here. We've got a lot of extreme hills in this seed for some reason, and just in general, pretty bizarre seed that I think you'll all enjoy checking out. Hopefully you all do enjoy doing that. Like the video if you do, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets us know you do like Seed Sunday. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all very much for watching. Just one more proof that it is real, not some weird, you know, like magic. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.